But if you sign up, I'd consider coming to the show.
Yeah, that's completely impossible.
What's impossible, Troy? I wouldn't think impossibles even in your vocabulary. So nice of you to show a new classmate around.
So what if I told you there are rumors floating around that High School Musical 4 might actually be making a comeback and Zac Efron could be involved? With Disney diving back into their old favorites lately, like working on Hocus Pocus 3, it really seems like they're on a mission to breathe new life and cash into their classic hits. And honestly, High School Musical is the perfect pick for that. Here's everything we've heard so far. There's no denying it, if High School Musical 4 actually happens, it's going to be a major win for Disney. The numbers speak for themselves. The franchise has always been a powerhouse, and it's easy to see why so many people are excited about the idea of another movie. The first two High School Musical films debuted on Disney Channel and quickly became cultural landmarks. But by the time the third movie, High School Musical 3's senior year, rolled around, things had grown so much that it got a full theatrical release. That alone shows how strong the fan base was and still is. High School Musical 3 didn't just do well, it crushed expectations. The film brought in a whopping $250 million at the box office, all on a relatively modest $11 million budget. That kind of return is incredible, and it shows how much love people had for the series. But what makes it even more exciting for fans looking forward to a fourth movie is that this success wasn't just about ticket sales. The entire franchise, from music to merchandise, has always delivered across the board. Take the soundtracks, for example. When High School Musical 3 was released, its soundtrack shot up the Billboard 200 chart and peaked at number 2. Not only that, but it managed to stay on the chart for a solid 37 weeks. That's pretty impressive. And this wasn't a one-time thing. The first two soundtracks also had incredible success, both hitting number 1 on the Billboard charts, with the first High School Musical album topping the charts multiple times. It's clear that the music has always been a huge part of what made the movie special. So if Disney moves forward with a fourth movie, we can almost guarantee another round of chart-topping songs that fans will stream non-stop. Even beyond the music and the box office, High School Musical has always been about energy, heart, and finding your place. That's what made it so relatable and timeless. A fourth film would be the perfect chance to revisit those themes in a fresh way. It wouldn't just be a return to East High, it'll be a chance to remind people why they fell in love with the Wildcats in the first place. Now let's talk about the dream team, Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens. One of the biggest questions around High School Musical 4 is whether we'll see them back as Troy and Gabriella. And honestly, it would be amazing to see where their characters ended up. Since the third movie, both Efron and Hudgens have gone on to build incredible careers. Efron's been filming movies and working on global projects like Down to Earth, which takes him all over the world. Hudgens too stays super busy, usually working on 3 or 4 projects a year. But even with their packed schedules, there's still so much fan enthusiasm about seeing them return, and that momentum is worth paying attention to. It helps that both Zac and Vanessa have always spoken fondly about their High School Musical days. Efron's even posted tributes to East High on Instagram, and both he and Hudgens attended anniversary events for the franchise. That kind of nostalgia never really fades, and with fans constantly sharing old clips and singing along to Breaking Free like it just came out yesterday, the timing feels right for something new. Disney has already shown that they're fully aware of the franchise's power. That's why they created High School Musical: The Musical the Series, a clever, fresh take that introduced the next generation to the world of East High. The show followed a group of teens putting on a stage production of the original High School Musical, and while it had its own storylines, it still carried the same energy. Starring names like Olivia Rodrigo and Joshua Bassett, the show ran for 4 seasons and was a big success in its own right. And even though Zac Efron never made a cameo in the series, the show still did a great job celebrating the original cast.
Look at this! That Gabriella girl just dumped her lunch on me! On purpose! It's all part of their plan to ruin our musical, and Troy and his basketball robots are obviously behind it!
Fans got to see some familiar faces like Corbin Bleu, Lucas Grabeel, and Casey Stroh popping up throughout the show's run. Their appearances brought a sense of continuity that made longtime fans smile, while also giving new viewers a taste of what made the original movies so iconic. Now, there was once a funny behind-the-scenes story about how Zac could have shown up in HSM TMTS as himself, not as Troy, behind the camera, in a mockumentary-style twist. It was a wild idea pitched by a Disney exec, and while it didn't happen, it shows just how much Disney has been thinking about bringing Zac back in some form. But honestly, if we're going to see Zac again, it should be as Troy Bolton, no question. That's the character fans love, and seeing him return in High School Musical 4 would be nothing short of legendary. While the series took a different approach from the original films, it still laid the groundwork for a potential movie comeback. By reintroducing the world of East High to a younger audience, Disney has kept the brand alive and relevant. So if High School Musical 4 does happen, it's going to be stepping into a world where fans of all ages are ready for it. And here's something else to think about. What if the fourth movie also introduced new characters to carry the story forward? That way, you get the best of both worlds. Imagine some of the original cast returning as mentors, teachers, or even proud parents, while a fresh group of East High students take the stage. Someone like Zendaya could totally shine in a role like that. She's got the talent, the charisma, and she's already built a strong following. Adding someone like her would be a smart move. It could expand the movie's appeal and breathe even more life into the franchise.
Seemed like you knew Troy Bolton.
Not really. He was just showing me around.
Well, Troy usually doesn't interact with new students.
Why not?
Well, it's pretty much basketball 24/7 with him.
Maybe the new story could be about East High preparing for its 25th anniversary, and there's a huge musical celebration bringing everyone back together. Troy could come back to coach the basketball team for a charity event, Gabriella could be invited to speak at the school, and new students could be working behind the scenes on a performance honoring the school's legacy. That setup would create the perfect balance of old and new, and fans would love it. There's no denying the potential here. High School Musical 4 has everything going for it. A dedicated fan base, a proven track record, an iconic soundtrack legacy, and the ability to bring multiple generations together for something truly special. Disney's already shown how good they are at tapping into nostalgia with recent projects, and this one feels like a no-brainer. So while we haven't gotten an official announcement just yet, all signs point to this being the right time. The love for the franchise has never really faded, and with the right mix of returning stars, new cast members, and fresh storylines, High School Musical 4 could easily become another blockbuster hit. Whether you grew up watching Troy and Gabriella or just discovered East High through the series, one thing's for sure, we're all still in this together. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay in the loop, and if you want, you can share your thoughts about this video in the comments.